Hey guys, so I've seen quite a few videos now about the new Windbomb being made, and apart from the fact that you just shouldn't call it Windbomb, these videos don't give this tech enough credit, since all of the ones I've seen are missing out on a lot of setup techniques as well as launch techniques, as you can see here. Which is why I've decided to make this rather extensive guide on the matter. It will probably still only scratch the surface, but I promise you, at the end of the video you will be able to set up gas and other similar techniques and will be able to launch yourself using Ascent, Recall, and yes, even by waiting by a fire, as weird as that sounds. So since these setups can get a bit technical and need a base understanding of the glitches at play here, we will first start off with a quick explanation of the techniques, as you can see on the screen. If you are familiar with them, just skip ahead. All of the tricks I show here do work on 1.1.2. Before we start, however, I'd like you guys to know that while I was involved in the discovery of gas launches, it has originally been found by NX721 and refined by Pyuk, Flash and Moss, as well as me. First up, we're gonna talk about fuse entangling, which has been found by Physio Ninja. To fuse entangle, place the object you want to fuse entangle in front of you and activate the fuse menu. Now hold the L button and press the ZL button shortly after. You should now see the rune menu open up and the object already disappearing in front of you. Now mash left on the D-pad and let go of the rune menu. As soon as the shield menu opens, switch to another shield. Congrats, you just fuse entangled. Next up, I'm gonna show you 3 ways to set up gas. Gas stands for Guardless Active Shield and allows you to keep a sonar device fused to an equipped shield constantly active. This has been originally found by Veneticus. The shock method just needs a shock emitter, a shield with the device you want to gas, and a one-handed weapon. Now stand right next to the deactivated emitter and pull out your weapon using Y. Next, attack, and as soon as the animation comes out, hold ZL until you get shocked and lose your shield. Now just pick up the shield and weapon. The like method as well as the unload method both work via object culling, which is a concept in game design to unload certain game objects but keep them in a sort of a limbo state, which we will be using to trick the game into keeping our sonar equipment constantly on. Both of these methods as well as the groundwork regarding object culling have been found by Moss. For the unload method, find a culling area such as the underground base in Lookout Landing or the Pornside Cave on Great Sky Island. Fuse entangle a fan to a shield. Now, fuse the entangled fan either to a weapon or another shield. Note however that you will have to drop your shield first if you want to fuse to another shield, because fuse entangled equipment will turn into normal equipment as soon as it is either not in the overworld or equipped or zuggled. Now drop the shield in the underground base and walk away with your weapon or shield that you want to gas, outside of the inner perimeter of Lookout Landing until the fan disappears. Attack or shield depending on your equipment type and just walk back. It should now stay on and you are free to take your shield with you. For the like method, follow the steps of the unload method, but instead of dropping the shield in a culling area, drop the shield in front of a like and let it eat it. Now the fan on your equipment should disappear. Attack or shield, depending on your equipment, at least once and then retrieve your shield back either by killing the like or by attaching a bomb flower to the shield so that the like drops the shield after his digestion animation. ARAZ stands for Attached Ranged Active Sonar, which has been found by Ryan, and it allows you to have an unequipped weapon with a sonar device active. For this to set up, just fuse entangle a shield to another shield. Now drop the shield you just created and pick up the current shield. Next you want to fuse entangle your preferred sonar device, but instead of selecting a second shield, drop the shield using X and then spam left on the D-pad and equip another shield. Now you can use your currently equipped shield to activate the sonar device on the other shield. If you add the shock emitter gas setup into the mix, you can keep this turned on indefinitely as well. Since throughout my testing, launching with a gas weapon has been way more efficient, one in the usage of battery, but also in terms of height, waiting time and consistency, I will from here on out mainly talk about the weapon version. The best weapon version to launch that I have found is using either a sword, one or two-handed, doesn't matter, because the main reason for this is that the fan has a 45-degree angle while being on Link's back, pushing the object perfectly into Link for launching. Regarding launches, pretty much anything that stops the in-game time should work. There are 3 different ways to achieve this: ascent, recall, or via text prompts like a dialogue or resting at a campfire. For the ascent launches, big batteries work best. Just pick them up and stand still. Open the rune menu and pick ascend, and upon letting go, press A as soon as the ascent dot turns bluish, indicating a possible ascent spot. After Link shakes his head after ascending, wait for about 3 to 4 seconds and then ascend for a huge height boost. However, you can also combine this with ARAZ, for example, or put the object you want to launch from under a ceiling and ascend through both the ceiling and the object. For recall launches, pretty much anything you can stand on works. However, the smaller the object, the greater the build-up force. Just stand on the object and recall and wait between from around 2 to 3 seconds up to 20 or even longer, depending on how heavy the object is you want to launch from. Then just cancel the recall using B. For text prompt launches, pretty much anything works. However, the easiest way to set this up is creating a fire and just sit by it. Talking with NPCs works as well, however. Good launch objects for recall and text prompt launching are fans, our trusty emitters, pots, barrels, or even stones laying around, but feel free to experiment around with it. Alright guys, I think that's quite enough to get a better understanding of the matter of gas launches and its extensions. If you liked the guide, be sure to give it a like. If you didn't like it, tell me why in the comments and how I can improve. And consider clicking that subscribe button. And if you won't stop calling it the new Windbomb, dehydrated Ganon will show up in your bedroom, I promise you. That's it for today guys, see ya!